On the Terrapins version of senior night, and that was an emotional time for Jake Lehman, four-year player for the Terps, stuck with the program when others were transferring. Mark Turgeon said Lehman is what this program is all about.
And what's nice about him, when he asserts himself, this is a terrific basketball team. Compliments with the dribble, or can knock the deep one down.
We're underway in Bloomington. Maryland controls the tip.
Iron Eagle right now. The Roosters go.
And the final regular season of the season.
And how about that step back? Ooh, leave no stone unturned.
Diamond Stone gets the scoring started. Maryland with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they're going to go inside very early. You may see a switch in the lineup if Indiana's able to dribble drive, use screens, and put a lot of pressure on the bigs by lifting them.
Maryland went small in that win over Illinois. They shot 56%. Williams, the jumper. Off the rim, it's tracked down by Suleiman.
Nice job screening out. Terrific with the dribble. Nice little bite with the pump fake.
Kick it out for Suleiman. Maryland at 24-6, second year in the Big Ten. And the preseason favorites to win the conference.
They do a nice job with the dribble handoff, then load up on the box, playing straight up with a little small change on Big Thomas Bryant.
Bryant, freshman, going against another talented freshman in Diamond Stone.
A lot of touches, particularly early from Maryland, just to feel out how they're going to play, whether it's a double, if they're going to rake from the outside, but they did clear that forward spot. Alley-oop.
Lob it up. Stone can't finish on the inside, and a rebound ripped down by Williams. In transition, Williams through traffic, floats it up, no. Tip in Bryant, no. And the rebound snagged by Carter for the Terps.
He is a stud on that glass. Can step out on his pick and pop as well.
Trimble loses the ball, hits the deck. Farrell couldn't snatch it, so kick it out for Trimble. Little contact, straight to the ball. Trimble goes down.
Hold on, down beneath, a little scrape on that drive. I think it might be Trimble down there. Terrific reaction with the hands by Yogi. Look at this save here, Burton. Maybe a little hand comes up in the air, yeah, at the end of that. Hopefully he'll be okay. Looks like he is early. I don't know if he wears contacts or not. Doesn't seem to have that kind of a problem.
The ball ended up in the hands of Diamond Stone, who got the easy bucket. Trimble appears to be okay.
Oh, as advertised, Mark said they're going to go inside, see what the big guys can do, use their power game. A little overmatched inside. Indiana, not as big.
So Trimble will head to the Maryland bench early. A minute 28 into this first half, he'll be replaced by Jared Nickens, who has shot it well of late. Nickens shooting just 28% from three-point territory in conference play, but 9 of his last 16 threes he's knocked down.
Well, you can't leave him alone. Catch and shoot kind of a guy.
Indiana looking to get on the board here. Farrell swings it to the corner. Williams takes the baseline and lays it in.
Well, great decision from the point. Big show and the ability to find. What a terrific look and drive by Williams.
Indiana will be the #1 seed in the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis. Lehman knocks it down from long range. Jake Lehman has been on a hot shooting streak. He's made 20 of his last 26 attempts at a travel on Farrell.
Well, they use that baseline bump screen and the ability to make jump shots. Let's hopefully he is. It was a contact.
Billy, you got to work on your research.
I really haven't done a good job. Got to focus.
It's almost tournament time. You got to know contact or no contact.
You got to know your mellow. Great talent.
7-2 lead for Maryland.
Boy, Hartman was really up on the shooter. Lehman still elevated that jumper early on.
Suleiman loses it. Turnover, Terps. And Mello is coming back in.
You're not going to keep him down too long. Roughly 32 minutes a game. A real game. Great strength, too. That's what impresses me most about him when he turns the corner. It's in that attack mode.
Maryland went 16-1 at home. Only loss came to Wisconsin, but winning on the road against ranked opponents. It's been a while, since 2008 when they knocked off North Carolina. The Tar Heels were #1 then. The scoop creative, but Williams can't finish. And the rebound cleared by Carter. Indiana opens up 1 of 5 from the field.
Great close by Maryland. Should have got a better shot at the rim. Nice hesitation.
Suleiman, keep it on the perimeter for Trimble. Just about 3 minutes gone by in this first half from Bloomington.
There's that horn set, little screen down, and dribble exchange. And this is what they do very well, a little screen down on the initial screener, Trimble.
Lehman keeps it alive off the Trimble miss. Carter, Euro step. Lehman a 3, bottom.
Woo. Big closeout, just can't get there early enough.
Williams in attack mode.
Mark Turgeon really upset transition D. He is furious, something they talked about all morning.
Turgeon said going smaller has actually helped them a lot in transition defense. Diamond Stone is still in there. Suleiman nearly lost it. Fans wanted to travel. Stone against Bryant, highly touted freshman, and he draws the foul.
I think it might be Williams for the top side. Pretty good job by Bryant, standing him up. What a load down on the box. I mean, this is interesting. Illinois doubled early, made a few mistakes. Just so strong and tough. Williams from the rear.
Diamond Stone's a 78% free throw shooter. Logged only 12 minutes in that victory over Illinois. Maryland went small for the majority of that game, and it was really effective. Want to know where Maryland and Indiana will be in the field of 68? Get the CBS Sports app to view the latest bracketology. Download it now to view the most recent projection. Stone missing on the first. And misses on both. Again! It is Lehman keeping it alive.
Terrific start for Lehman. Nice little give here.
Trimble to the hole. And Melo Trimble has just joined the 1,000-point club in Maryland basketball history with that deuce.
Oh, nice job, empty side. Had options, too. Could have given it up.
Terps are 5 of 7 from the field. They're off to a 12-4 lead against Indiana.
Trimble really staying at home on Zeislov. You know he can knock that deep shot. Here he comes.
Zeislov gives it up. Farrell yet to get going. Splits defenders. Farrell, acrobatic.
How about that? Splits and balance and delivers.
Maryland up by 6. Suleiman directing traffic. One of the seniors on this squad, Suleiman, the transfer from Duke, gives it up. Carter, the transfer from Georgia Tech, is off the mark.
Lehman was right there again. You got to stick him. He has been active. He
Williams
can make this.
Swings it. Bryant thought about it. Step back jumper. That's a 3.
How about the big guy's ability to convert? That puts pressure on the bigs to get out and cover.
Thomas Bryant now 5 of 11 from three-point territory. Inside, outside skills. The Rochester native. Stone doesn't have the answer, and Farrell is there for the rebound.
Nice check out by Hartman. Run out and nobody back.
Bryant in a tough position. Kick out for Hartman. Book it, a 3. We are tied at 12 thanks to an 8-0 run from the Hoosiers.
And Bryant running the floor, set that up entirely. You got to match them. Balance in transition.
Carter watched by Hartman.
Automatic switch. They got a mismatch inside.
That means Farrell is with Carter. Trimble looking for him.
Hartman's got to really pressure the ball so he can't see.
The crossover. Tough angle. Lehman takes it away from Hartman. The bounce. Suleiman gets the bucket. Maryland back in front. Just over 6 minutes elapsed in this first half.
Are they a different team when Lehman plays like this?
No doubt.
Unbelievable.
Herky-jerky moves from Farrell. He turns it over. Suleiman the steal.
More jerky than herky.
Well, that's your choice. Trimble on a cross. Isolation for Stone.
Tough.
Connects.
This guy's a big-time player. Can power you, step out a little bit, good feel.
Diamond Stone has 6 of Maryland's 16 points, and it's a 4-point lead for the Terps.
Great activity early.
Farrell, keep the ball moving. Williams fires. Rims out. Rebounded by Stone.
Pretty good balance by Indiana. Watch for the early drag screen.
Carter gets a touch on the inside and an easy bucket for Robert Carter. Very polished offensive skills.
Well, Williams really opened it up with the sellout defensively.
Terps go in front 18-12 over Indiana.
They show and go under. Pretty effective early.
Zeisloff loses the ball, but he draws the foul.
He's shooting too, I think.
He wants the shots. The officials will huddle up. And we'll find out when we come back. 12:41 to play, first half in Bloomington.
Hey, TJ, staring contest. Me.
On it has very little to do with this year's version of the Terps, but until you put an end to it, we'll keep popping it up on the screen.
Did you make that up?
No.
That's amazing.
This
Back
is
to Gary Williams
something that's
era.
lived for a while.
Well, in perpetuity, you might say.
They can end it here because
they could.
Indiana comes in ranked number 12 in the country. The Hoosiers get 3 free throws. The officials did take a look at it during the break, and Zeisloff is at the line. He's an 88% shooter.
And that's what Mark Turgeon was upset about. He can't believe they even gave him a shot, much less the opportunity to nail 3. But you're a victim of your scouting, too. You say, get him on the catch. Such a terrific open shooter. You're overzealous, you pay.
Max Bielfeldt is in for Thomas Bryant. That's a senior replacing a freshman. Zeisloff hits on all 3 for Indiana. And now Jawan Morgan, who's been dealing with that left shoulder injury that Tracy mentioned at the top of the show, is in there for Tom Crean's squad.
Bielfeldt's leg is bigger than your body.
We didn't do an official measurement, but I'm going to trust you on that.
I think you go with me on that one. He is a big kid, really can block low, and can step out, make threes, plays it with confidence. This kid's had a great beginning, Lehman.
On the spin, Lehman got caught underneath, tried to dish it, and turns it over.
A little too deep.
OG Anunoby, another talented freshman, is in there. Jumper doesn't go for Hartman, and a foul called off the rebound action. Nickens.
The kid is very active on the glass. You got to really screen him off. Morgan, you mentioned that shoulder problem. Really tender. And Mark not real happy because they have sealed off well, checking people out.
Indiana, one of the best shooting teams in the country.
Number
Number 3 in field goal percentage. Number 5 in three-point shooting. Anunoby,
Too many.
a travel.
They should have dumped it into Bielfeldt, let him make the decision. A little too much early. What a gamer this kid's going to become. Initially, Tom thought, what a good defensive player, but now he's really broadened his game. Number 3.
He was under-recruited. Tom Crean said they were looking at somebody else, and Anunoby really stood out. They didn't even know his name. They found out his last name. They couldn't find out his first name. And finally, someone told him it's OG.
Made everybody happy.
Sure.
Including the announcers.
Exactly.
He's made them happy here. You're right, they stayed with him even though he was under-recruited. He blossomed, and they got a good one.
4 turnovers for Indiana. Maryland has turned it over twice. 7 to shoot.
Great with the bounce. Suleiman, nice show.
Bielfeldt comes out. Suleiman, long 3. Retrieved by Farrell. It didn't hit rim. Pull-up pop. It's a triple.
That's what he is the best at. You're backpedaling. He goes full motor. Gets those puppies organized and drills it.
Indiana living up to the scouting report. 3 of 5 from three-point territory. We're tied at 18. Carter, the drop step. The spin into trouble, and a foul called. Anunoby was using the body on Carter.
Reached in, but just terrific opportunity. Basket, and you defensively give ground because you know, boy, the balance, the accuracy, the confidence to drill it. Senior, what a year. A lot left.
Carter a transfer, Suleiman a transfer. High expectations based on the fact that Maryland is competing with the Blue Bloods around college basketball for the best players in the country.
And I think when you get kids like this, the hope is that they stay and learn, and occasionally someone's going to slip through because he's that good and for whatever reasons makes that decision. But this guy's been coach of the year in 3 different conferences. That's pretty amazing as he switches to a little 2-3. Much to his chagrin. Remember he mentioned it in our meeting? Maybe a little 2-3 like he abhors it. Slow to change, maybe control the ability to dribble drive by Yogi particularly.
Under 11 minutes to play in this first half. Anunoby feeding down low. Morgan back outside.
Pretty.
Farrell, ball movement. Shot clock winding down. Trimble takes it away from Williams. Trimble, the pull-up jumper. Pure.
Boy, that's good to see, and I know Maryland follows on. He makes that shot. What a threat he becomes.
22-18, Maryland.
I think he did wrong was he got into that two-point category.
Terps are shooting it at 60%. Indiana 50%. Anunoby too strong. Flying in. Morgan, the rebound in the bucket.
I guess the shoulder's fine. What pursuit and elevation.
He brings enthusiasm and an aggressive style. Freshman from Waynesville, Missouri.
And Bird against the zone too. You've got areas people don't stick people. Check out responsibilities vary. Guards have to help as well.
Sophomore Jalen Brantley is in, who was not in the rotation for a long stretch, and now he's part of it, playing alongside Trimble. Carter, nice look, trying to give it up, and a shot clock violation. Maryland turns it over.
The ability to value a good pass, you got to look. Unfortunately, the quick hands of Trimble, and right here just gets a little too deep, but a little nylon and soaring high, big time. What elevation. And he and Anunoby have provided some lift for this team and coaching staff. Excellent. Since December, what a turnaround by them and these kids.
Maryland makes some changes. Brantley sits. Dobb was in for a short period of time. Diamond Stone returns. Indiana down by 2. They have not led in this first half.
Bielfeldt, a little pick and pop.
Bielfeldt a 3.
How about that?
Indiana in front. Max Bielfeldt, the graduate transfer from Michigan. He gets senior day for the second straight year.
Boy, you'd have had to rub it in. Zeisloff was really unselfish, though. Gave that extra pass. Dribble yourself in a little bit.
23-22, Hoosiers. Trimble, back of the iron. Rebounded by Williams. Indiana looking to run.
Pretty good job by Maryland getting back.
Good floor balance from the Terps. Under 9 minutes to go now, first half.
Talking about guys on the floor, like Yogi's got some motor too. Goes 34 minutes nonstop for the Hoosiers.
Indiana 4 of 7 from downtown. Zeisloff, the ball fake. Farrell. Zeisloff the 3. He's got it. Woo! Nick Zeisloff on the setup by Yogi.
I told both of us his dad was here in 81. He's a Hoosier at heart, but what a look by the Youngbuster.
Transfer from Illinois State. Grew up a Hoosier fan. And will be honored for senior day after this game here in Bloomington.
Look at Yogi fighting on the box. Carter's got to take him in and beg for it.
Taking way too much time now. Shot clock down to 3. Trimble drives in. And can't finish. Bielfeldt clears it.
Watch the 3 on the slapback.
Farrell.
Keeps that dribble alive, and that's what makes him dangerous.
Bielfeldt. Oh, he thought that Morgan would turn around. Morgan thought Bielfeldt was going to shoot it.
Oh, they threw that ball away. Nobody on Maryland was alert. But you really have to have vision on the ball if you're Morgan, too. I know you're anticipating that deep thrust.
26-22, Indiana. Stone in the post. Knocked away.
Should be a foul.
Morgan came away with it, and then Stone landed on top of it.
When you got a guy who can make threes and he's confident with the bounce, keeps that dribble alive, really has a great understanding, a little pick and pop in a sense, but how about that delivery? And Yogi knows that it's in as he gets back to balance the floor. Woo! Happy to be a Hoosier. What a drill from deep.
So, where are you guys?
Using the built-in Wi-Fi in Tina's new Buick.
Wow.
White collars.
I'm not red, but I did smoke a cigar at one time. But the ability to go inside, this is the way they started the game. Establishing Diamond Stone. Turn and attack. He could drill that little 10, 12-foot jumper. They sort of got away from it. Settling deep, maybe dribble drives too deep. But this kid, you know, he can play with his back to the basket. He's a solid performer, stepping out. Really a disadvantage for most big guys to defend.
And the way things are set up in college basketball right now, these two teams believe they have a legitimate chance to win a national championship.
Would you disagree?
I would not.
So many teams in the country that have an opportunity. Just keep getting better, keep working at it. He's great at drawing fouls. Just a terrific understanding. Oh.
The shot clock was down to 1, and Melo Trimble gets hacked on the perimeter.
Just knows how to do it, Bird. That's the amazing thing about it.
Yogi Ferrell picks up the foul. Maryland has it on the side with Nickens. They trail the Hoosiers 26-22.
Mentioned his ability against Purdue. He had 11 free throw attempts, 10 against Wisconsin, 9 against Purdue on the second game. Just amazing. Trimble, a phase of the screen down, then they get him.
Suleiman has not been shooting it well of late.
His version of America's play.
The back in. Ferrell comes on a double against Stone. Trimble the fade. Doesn't go. Lehman guides the ball towards the Indiana bench. And it's out of bounds.
Well, he has been active, though. Nice weak side positioning. Just couldn't garner it. Pretty good D that time by the Hoosiers.
Colin Hartman returns for Indiana.
And they're trying to time him. If he looks a little tired or weak, they're going to get him out. Up late Friday night.
Didn't participate in practice yesterday.
Of course, I was up late Friday night. I feel fine.
Yeah.
Nice little dribble drive once again by Yoke.
You were listed as probable.
Improbable, more so.
Coming up tomorrow on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Don't miss basketball legend Charles Barkley. Plus, Will Arnett. And Tuesday, catch J.J. Abrams. Only CBS.
Sir Charles. This time of year.
Yogi Ferrell on senior day, getting others involved.
This little double high, they run one to the box and then widen out. They really stretch your D. Line lifted a big, he can dribble it.
Long strides, Bryant is back in, bank shot, no. Tip in goes, Colin Hartman rising up.
And Bird, that's the difficulty with Indiana. They run distances to offensive rebound. It's tough to locate and stick them.
Indiana extends 28-22. It's a 10-0 run for the Hoosiers. Suleiman puts it on the floor. Stone facing. Weak side rebound to Hartman. Ferrell looks for it. Rims out on a 3-ball. And Suleiman the box out.
Pretty good balance right here.
High dribble from Suleiman. Ball is tipped. Trimble nails it. It's a triple for Trimble.
Boy, I love to see him lighten it up, playing with that confidence now. This is a big-time performer. A little bit in the doldrums, not making shots, but continue to drive and run this club.
And that's what Mark Turgeon mentioned before the game. The biggest difference he's seen of late, Melo has gotten to the free throw line. He's been able to get to the rim. Ferrell, the ball fake. Sleight of hand from Yogi Ferrell.
Show and go. It really froze the defense. He gets in that lane, he just decimates.
7 points, 3 assists for Yogi Ferrell.
See if they go inside and establish again. Make Bryant work in there.
Lehman, crossover with 7 to shoot. Stone against Bryant, the spin, stumbles. Shot clock winding down. Nickens fires. Off the back of the iron, and Bryant is there for the rebound.
He can handle, but once in a while there's a mishap.
Ferrell, a 3. Rebounded by Trimble for Maryland.
Right away, Mark Turgeon saying, slow it down. Didn't like the pace. Well, Indiana can really uptick and charge.
Maryland ranked as high as 2 in the country this season on a couple of occasions. Lehman against Hartman. Lehman the step back. Rebounded by Bryant for Indiana. Ferrell gets Indiana into it quickly.
Pretty low.
Hooks a pass, and Bryant, big finish. Hartman with the delivery.
That's what happens when the big fella runs the floor. Woo! After the big fella runs the floor, he rebounds, runs, gets in position, and Hartman, wow, let me have some of that medicine. Making threes, dribble driving, finding, but getting the puppies up and down. Big upside. This kid's going, look at him. That effort's incredible. The beneficiary of a great look, but all because he had the energy, the wherewithal the intent to get to the other rim. Rim to rim.
Bryant averaging 11.7 points per game, just under 6 rebounds and a block per game. McDonald's All-America, 5th straight year that Tom Crean has signed one. 32-25, Hoosiers.
See if they go inside after the timeout. Baseline rubs.
Trimble. And a whistle stops play off the Trimble drive.
Ego. He does supply a little defense, occasionally picks up a charge, bites you with a deep one.
Walk-on just checked in. Harrison Ego for Indiana.
That's one of those manufacturing to post up with a dribble drive, get a piece of that 3-second line. Little ball screen, he's a great pocket passer.
Dribble, crossover, and the jumper, silky smooth from Melo Trimble.
They wanted to get set up with their 1-2, 1-1 and weren't ready. And they pay for it.
10 points for Trimble. 4-point lead for Indiana. Nego almost turns it over. Suleiman had a chance at it. Hartman fires.
Nice rebound, Nego.
Gives it up. Inside. Anunoby on a rack attack.
The way Ego goes, they go. What a great look. Terrific. Running down the rebound as well. They got to get those loose balls right now, Maryland. Get back in this thing.
They have outscored Maryland 16-8 in the paint. Layman doesn't fire it initially, using the screen from Dodd.
They got Hartman, I think.
It'll be a foul out front against Indiana. We check in with Tracy Wolford. Tracy?
And that's exactly what Mark Turgeon was talking about in the last huddle. He talked about toughness. He talked about energy. He talked about going after those loose balls. He got on Jared Nickens for not boxing out, and he wants Diamond Stone to crash the boards and get those rebounds, Ian.
All right, Tracy, 6th team foul against Indiana, so Maryland will trigger in with Suleiman. They trail by 6. Catch and fire. Layman too strong.
What a play by Yogi. Tipped it to Bryant. The big thing, Tracy, about offensive rebounding for Indiana is they run from such a big distance. It's very difficult to attach your body to them.
Farrell using the screen, set up by Anunoby. 14 to shoot.
Nice hands. Suleiman, another one. Well, pretty good footwork, though.
Reach in called against Rashid Suleiman. That's number 2 on the Houston native.
He's really a good defender. Good hands, and this is a guy it's very tough to keep in front of it. A little deflection, maybe if he used the left hand, they wouldn't have had the body contact.
So Nickens will come in replacing Suleiman. They'll protect him with the 2 fouls. 2:37 to play in this first half. Just 3 team fouls against Maryland.
Little horns look, clear out, and a dive.
Dodd followed Farrell. Bielfeldt asking for it inside, squeezing through 2 defenders. Williams, no. And it's knocked over to Nickens.
Not a good release by Williams at the rim, but once again, you see the white shirts flashing from deep.
Melo, short. And Trimble comes up with his own rebound, drives in. The kick. Nickens a 3.
Look at this hustle.
Dodd, denied! Woo! Anunoby, do not go in there.
Woo. When he elevates, you almost say, oh, gee. Terrific reaction, up big time. Terrific hustle, though, by Maryland on the offensive glass, last couple of attempts.
Maryland retains it, plenty of time on the shot clock. We hit 2 minutes to play in this competitive first half. Way outside, Dodd hands it to Trimble.
He really gets the referee's attention with that head when he drives.
Switch, now switch back. Layman with 11 to shoot. Layman drives in. Trying to get it to Dodd, and it's out of bounds. Maryland turns it over. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Greg, Clark, and Seth will get you caught up on all the scores and highlights. Busy day of college basketball. Selection show's just a week away. Who's in, who's out, who's hoping their bubble doesn't burst? Our guys will weigh in. That's coming up. AT&T at the half.
Layman's got to shoot that ball when he gets that close. He's so long. Tough catch by a big.
Jawan Morgan replaces Anunoby. Maryland opened up 9 of 15 from the field, just 2 of his last 12. The drive by Farrell, fearless, and he draws the foul.
It's just a hesitation. It's at them with like a double high. One rolls, one pops, but it's just the ability to just pull it up, put it in neutral, right here, and then bang! Put it on the deck and get to that rim. Throw the big bodies. There's some toughness about this kid.
So Yogi Ferrell goes to the free throw line where he shoots it at 81%.
That Bird, player of the year in this conference.
Oh, that's tough.
You're talking about Denzel. And, you know, a lot of coaches are saying, though, they won the Big Ten title. Maybe it should be Yogi, but Denzel, to me, has really had a fantastic year. But this kid has really put this team on his shoulder, and they've won the championship. A lot to be said for that.
Valentine's numbers are eye-popping. Across the board, he's filling up the stat sheet.
Absolutely.
Largest lead of this first half for Indiana, 36-28 Hoosiers. Tom Crean is into it. He just slapped the floor along the Indiana sideline.
When is he not into it?
That would probably be breaking news.
A nice slide under it, that far from the basket.
Carter yet to get really involved. The spin. Carter fakes out Bielfeldt, loses it to the corner. Nickens, the jumper doesn't go. It's an air ball. We've got 1 minute to play in the half.
Well, they've got them impatient and really using a lot of clock, not getting into the sets, Maryland.
Ferrell aggressive. He takes it to the chest of Carter and draws the foul.
Smart, he knows. Good guards go at the legs of those big guys. Get an angle on them.
Diamond Stone will check back in. He replaces Robert Carter.
Always watch the inbound there on this particular play. Usually Luke to a guy backing up.
16 fouls on Maryland.
Look, nobody guarded him.
Ferrell goes all the way.
What a breakdown, and seizing the opportunity.
11 points for Yogi Ferrell. It's a double-digit lead for Indiana.
Boy, not only is he talented, does he know the game.
15-second difference, shot clock, the game clock winding down in this first half. Stone in the corner.
Oh, what a bad look.
Risky pass. Lehman, the zigzag. Taken away by Morgan. Indiana can hold for one.
I'm going to slow it down. Usually get it in Yogi's hands. See, I wouldn't let him get it back. Good job by Mello.
Trimble denying, 6 seconds left.
He's got to go, Williams. Be the point guy right now.
Williams, the jump shot. Oh! Everything is clicking for the Hoosiers. Indiana hits the locker room with a 41-28 lead. They close the half on an extended 23-6 run.
No hangover with the championship. They came ready to play. Great defense taking Yogi out of it. But Williams, one of those guys, he's dangerous because he can get to the rim. But getting those puppies organized. Troy destroying from deep.
Let's send it over to Tracy Wilson.
Thanks a lot. And Coach, you're into it, they're into it, everything going right now. How have you been able to keep them just so off balance?
Well, we've got to get our focus. You know, there's a couple of times that we're just a little too fast, but we want to make the game go. I mean, and we just got to get up and down the court. We settled in and we started going after the ball a little bit more in the post. So the whole focus today is try to absolutely stay focused on the 2 or 3 things we got to have on both ends of the court and let it ride.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, Ian.
All right, Tracy, thanks to Coach Crean. That's the end of the first half. Indiana, big effort against Maryland. Trimble and Ferrell. And Trimble's held his own, 10 points, but just the 1 assist. Indiana has built on the lead. They have fed off this crowd. Maryland got off to a quick start offensively, but really struggled after that. Scored some points in the paint early, and then it was a non-factor.
And the big thing, I think, is solid defense and make sure you rebound. Anything loose has got to be yours if you're Maryland.
Williams.
Too easy. And one.
He's fouled. Free throws for Williams. We check in with Tracy Wilson. Tracy?
Well, Ian, Mark Turgeon said his team needs to find some rhythm. They need to be a little tougher and finish around the rim. They worked on defending the three-point line a lot in practice this week, and he said they need to implement what they went over. But he also admitted they're a good three-point team. What can I say? Ian?
And Tracy, the last meeting between these two teams, it was the Big Ten tournament last year. Indiana with a 75-69 win over Maryland. This is a different Indiana team. This Hoosier squad has gained confidence throughout the year. And while Yogi Ferrell has had an outstanding season, Troy Williams, one of the guys they were depending upon, others have stepped forward. Bielfeldt has played a big role, and Hartman and Zeisloft, Thomas Bryant, the freshman. They lost James Blackman Jr., their second leading scorer, in late December to a right knee injury.
And Bert, everything you said is true, but the pace is the big thing. The coaches force them, and look at right away, attack mode, and you don't get back and usually pay.
Williams is fouled again. Free throws coming once again for Troy Williams.
Good defense sets that up, and the pace, they wear you out. Particularly the first 10 seconds, you got to play great defense. Make them use a little bit of clock. Get control of the game.
Williams, a 67% shooter out of Hampton, Virginia. The versatility of this Indiana roster, he'll play some power forward, small forward. They'll move pieces around. Wednesday on CBS, the most punishing season of Survivor takes its toll when 3 people go down in one challenge. Don't miss a riveting new Survivor Wednesday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
And one of his abilities is driving and finding people as well. Adds to the dynamic offense. Go inside right now in some form with the dribble or the post up. A nice job by Bryant, roots him out a little bit.
Indiana is 9 of 9 at the free throw line. Stone, left hand. Diamond Stone, adept. Either hand around the rim.
Bryant runs the floor, puts pressure, gets an inside easy touch. Nice cut.
The cutter and the finish. It's Colin Hartman.
That's all Bryant running the floor though. Sets it up, heads turn, and a nice dive. Whew. I'd like to be feeling ill like Hartman. He has played great.
Robert Carter, limited in the first half, working around the perimeter. Lehman doesn't take the 3. Stone, one-on-one with Bryant.
Nice shot by Williams, takes away the outside.
Trimble a 3, he drains it.
Once again, the push, you're not set.
Williams on a kick. One-on-one, Williams. Pretty crossover, he's fouled. So Williams' approach is getting him free throws here at the early stages of the second half.
It's a philosophy now, getting down the floor and also the understanding of spreading. A terrific job. Here's the dive by Hartman earlier. Excellent read, and those are one of the many things that Hartman does for this team. Has a great feel and understanding of when to dive to that tin.
Indiana 16-0 at home. Last time they went undefeated at home was the 06-07 season. They've won 19 of their last 22 games after starting the season 5-3. The Maui Invitational, there were people around the country that thought this thing is going in the wrong direction for Tom Crean. Losses to Wake Forest, UNLV, and here they are when the smoke clears, champions of the Big Ten.
Twice in the last 4 years as well. That should put that to rest. A nice attack. But no, he hurt himself too, coming up. He hurt his wrist, holding onto it.
He's flexing that right hand. He's got 15 points. Right now matched up with Zeisloft. That means Suleiman has Ferrell, the corner pop.
Nice check out. Look at this, except for Hartman.
Hartman got his hand on it.
Yeah, they run and dive to the rim.
Trimble, cut. Stone lost it and recovers for the two-handed throwdown.
And look, Mark Turgeon wanted him to get set in the presser, and they weren't. But that's what he has to do, run the floor, make Bryant work.
48-37, Indiana. 2.5 gone by in the second half.
Every time. This is where you've got to make them use clock on the half court.
Hartman finds Zeisloft on the perimeter. Side rim on a 3, boxed out by Stone. Maryland is 4 of 4 from the field in the second half. Carter double team. Now they back off.
Got to get it back to Melo.
They work it to Stone. Freshman against freshman, 10 to shoot. Suleiman has been reluctant to shoot. Swings it inside. Carter, he missed it. Sticks with the play and gets the deuce.
That's amazing, isn't it? A nice job, though, getting into the lane. Suleiman, here they come again, right at you.
Oh, Williams! Going to the rim with a purpose and a chance at a three-point play.
You just can't do that. You make a score, you got balance and control, you sprint back, identify. There is no way that should happen. Mark Turgeon furious at his guys. You know coming in, they're going to put the pressure on you with pace, numbers, and attack. That is just pretty basketball. Bigs just can't get down there quick enough, which means the guards have that responsibility until the bigs get down.
Williams has 14 points, 7 already in this second half. Averaging 12.6. Fantastic finisher, just a smooth operator. And converts.
Sounds like a good song.
You familiar with Sade?
I have heard that song before. Right now, playing really much better offense, Marlon. Just concentrate after a make what you have to do.
Williams is now 6 of 7 at the free throw line. Indiana leads by 12.
Good front by Morgan.
Suleiman, just 2 field goal attempts. Tries to get it to Dodd. Trimble, long 3. Lehman going upstairs. Stone got a piece. Williams tracks it down. Williams fakes out Suleiman. Williams all the way!
Why would Suleiman gamble in the open floor? Just contain.
A lot of contact on the perimeter.
I think Williams are going to go in.
It is. Williams picks it up.
This is just you don't reach and turn it in to an easy layup, and those are mistakes Maryland normally doesn't make. A little off their game, an away court, a jarring beginning by Indiana. They're going to get their mental aspect organized. Maryland.
Troy Williams has scored 10 of Indiana's 12 points in 4 minutes of second half action.
And Bertie hasn't had to work for it. He's just running the floor.
Williams picks up the foul. Half-court set for the Terps. Lehman the jumper.
Nice check out Morgan. Head up, everybody sprints.
Morgan goes to the corner and saves it.
Look at the handle by a big guy.
Thomas Bryant is comfortable out there.
You know what that reminds me of? You dunking on the basket the whole way.
It was a little mini rim.
You were up though.
I got my kicks.
You gave me a Larry Nance?
I did. Jumper for Zyslov, short. Rebounded by Dodd, and he clears it for Trimble.
A little mismatch on the dribble here from Elo. If they give him something, they get it back now.
Just about 5 minutes gone by in this second half.
Nice denial by a big guy.
Bryant steps in front of Stone for the steal. Big against small.
No, not a good look.
Lehman went for the steal. It's an open look for Williams. Rebound and stick back. Thomas Bryant does it all in one motion. Fast analysis.
The ability to make a play. Now, this is just interesting. The heads-up play, but Nick Zyslov, who expresses himself eloquently, I might add, he's got the open look, and what that does, it enables the weak side rebound in position, not counting the house. Thomas Bryant so darn alert to get in there, but it's all set up by unselfish play. Number 2 in your program, but pretty affectionate with that delivery.
Thomas Bryant is number 2 in the country in field goal percentage, behind Evan Brads of Belmont. Bryant is shooting it at 70%, 70 from the field.
He's generally around the 10, but he does step out. This is where you got to get started. Get good shots, get your defense organized if you're making a make. See if they go for their press.
Rebounded by Stone off of the Suleiman miss. They clear it for Brentley. Stone against Bielfeldt. Hard double comes from Zyslov. Brentley lines it up, and he connects for 3. Jalen Brentley, the sophomore from Springfield, Massachusetts.
Ooh, what a cross.
Yogi Ferrell! A pretty move by Yogi.
A little lingerie on the deck, but a little guy. Whew. The blow by.
Lehman backs in on Williams.
He can elevate over him.
Left hand, it rims out. Rebound. Dodd fighting. Knocked to the outside. Stone's got it. Short pop and a foul call. Free throws coming for Diamond Stone. CBS Sports coverage of NCAA men's basketball will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
Expanse.
Well, just a wide variety of characters are represented behind the backboard.
They still back it off.
Just saw Donald Sutherland and also
kidding.
Fat Amy, Rebel Wilson. 57-44 Indiana.
Back screen, they lob that on occasion. Here's a diagonal cut and a double.
Hoosiers are shooting 56% from the field.
Great preparation by Maryland. Handle everything and then continue with the double.
Bielfeldt. Pirouettes. Short. Stone with a rebound for Maryland.
Pretty good job defensively by Stone.
It's a 13-point lead for Indiana. Trimble trying to force his way inside. The angle was cut off by Morgan.
He does a great job initiating contact for a guard. Pinned down. Here he comes.
10 to shoot. Stone with Bielfeldt.
Everybody stays at home.
Now the double comes from Zaslav and a foul.
Yeah, they want to rake and scrape, but don't reach in. They can't leave this guy alone at some point. Bielfeldt with those big, strong legs. This does a great job of walling up, keeping him out of the danger area.
Zaslav will take a seat, and Williams will come back in with those 3 fouls. Yogi Ferrell gets a breather.
The point guy is Williams now, so he's got to be careful on his dribble drive. Don't leave his feet. Don't initiate contact.
And Anobi is in there for Indiana. Trimble too strong on a 3-ball.
Nice check out again. Stone unable to maneuver. He's got to make a quick step, spin out, try and do something to get to the offensive glass.
And Tom Crean mentioned they're working Juwan Morgan. They have been over the last month and change into some backup point guard duties just to give Ferrell a rest.
With Johnson not here, that's the option.
Bielfeldt, long 3! Max Bielfeldt from downtown.
How about this kid? So confident he's got the green light, 42%. I think that's the 23rd 3 of the year for him.
6th man at Michigan last season, and he has been a difference maker for Indiana this season.
Nice help again. You got to recover. Hartman does.
The lead is 16. Trimble splits defenders. 10 to shoot.
To make a 3, you got to stay up on him.
Maryland needs somebody to step forward offensively. Stone has it taken away. Anunoby pushing it. Stripped by Lehman. Morgan circles.
Another 3.
Hot hand. No.
Rebound.
Anunoby climbing the ladder and a foul called.
Well, when you take good shots and you run the floor, you're in position to dominate. Solid play. Good attempt. Anunoby ringing it close.
On Wisconsin! Huskers!
Concordia.
Those little tighty whiteies.
Well, actually, Bill, we have video from LaSalle. OG Anunoby is at the free throw line, shooting it at 53%. Skills are developing. Ceiling is very high for Anunoby. Tonight, he was a snowboard instructor and a bouncer before he became a world leader. Canada's young Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, on 60 Minutes tonight, only CBS.
And of course, putting Buckner in there with Scott made that picture. Bob Knight probably still has that jacket. I would think.
Well, it's come back in style.
But that was a great team. Maybe the year before, a lot of people felt was even better.
16-point lead for Indiana. Empty trip. Nice pass inside for DeMonte Guy. Make that Carter on the interior.
Nice job, Suleiman finding, I think, at the full court press. Look at the wingspan. You got to attack. If you have a good one, take it. If not, get settled. Yogi back to organize it.
So short breather for Yogi Ferrell. Using the screen from Anunoby. Ferrell slashes in and a foul called.
Oh, he's hurt his leg too. You see him holding it.
Left leg, he's flexing it a bit.
Just love this little play though. Show big and back guys are all tied up. A nice slip to the tin and Suleiman with the courage to make the attempt. He was a little gimpy earlier in the game. You know, just if he goes half speed, he can blow by most of the country.
16 fouls against Maryland. You had Ferrell with the left leg issue. Suleiman was just grabbing his wrist.
It's tough in the Big Ten.
Well, a lot of bumps and bruises. It's been a long season.
I know you're playing around in Forest Hills. You know, those tiddlywink games were tough.
Mean streets.
Main Street.
Short on the Yogi Ferrell attempt, tracked down by Trimble. Indiana 60, Maryland 46. Still a lot of time left.
Oh yeah, they just have to be solid, like an entry like that.
Carter. Back of the iron. These are usually plays that Carter makes.
Absolutely. His couple of trips have been solid. One-handed
Deflected.
pass.
Nickens. Oh, they both hit the floor. Carter, good effort to save it.
That's what gets you back in, plays like that.
Working 5-on-4. Trimble off the window.
The step and go. We saw Yogi do it. Some talent, particularly with that large body mass.
Billy, that was Indiana's first turnover in 18 minutes of game action.
And just like how he almost comes a total stop, draws the D in Hartman and then puts it on the deck, challenges at the rim.
60-48, Hoosiers. Pressure. They handle it into the hands of Ferrell. Now a switch. Ferrell against Lehman.
And you have to make them play some half court. Early offense, they are sensational. Get you in mismatches and on runouts.
Midway point of the second half.
Tough look, tough angle.
Morgan trying to bounce it to Bryant. It's out of bounds.
You got to go to the wing there. With the wing, his eyes locked at an entry.
So that's back-to-back turnovers for the Hoosiers.
This is when I think Tremble is dangerous off the ball.
Nickens using the screen from Carter. Suleiman with 11 to shoot.
Likes to go to the hole off the bounce.
Carter pick. Suleiman out of bounds. Suleiman having a tough time in Bloomington.
Just enough hands in there to distract. A little late. The coverage, nice little Hartman once again. Some of the many things that he does to make this team as good as they are.
10th turnover for Maryland. Hartman trying to get it in. Morgan taps the ball to himself. Hard double in the corner.
We got a foul?
Yes, it is a foul against Nickens.
Wait, did maybe give it to Morgan?
Well, Tom Crean ranging over.
No, they got it on 10, I think. Lyman in the area there. I think that was the signal.
Well, the officials huddle up. Maryland brought the pressure.
Right,
and Maryland's going to have the basketball.
The wrong number, the little trap, and right now they're just checking to make sure it's not a player one, but the Morgan steps through, and anytime it's above the shoulder there, the correct call. They just happen to signal number 10, and Death Valley right there when you inbound. And interestingly enough, all Indiana did was work on getting the ball in the center of the floor, not in that corner, and just not able to convert the inbounds.
Swinging the elbows, Morgan gets called for the foul.
And they're having a dialogue now. I just think this is just a play on. Basketball play, nothing malicious.
Indiana committed 6 turnovers early. Then they went 18 minutes without a turnover. They've now turned it over on 3 consecutive possessions.
And Bert, this could change the game right now. If they go flagrant one, you know, they have the ball anyhow, but he gives them 2 on the ball. They're going to talk to Mark Turgeon.
DJ Karstensen, Lamont Simpson, Pat Driscoll.
And they're going. I agree with this.
It is a play on. Veteran officiating crew.
And as offended as they were, that was the correct call.
9:27 mark of this second half. 12-point advantage for Indiana. Trimble get it inside. Carter a back in. Carter. Oh, pretty fake by Robert Carter Jr. to get the deuce.
Nice little up and under move, and he has been quiet. They need him. And that low box, they got to go in. Open look. Zeislov, boy, that is big.
Nick Zeislov from way outside.
And you have seen that too many times if you're a Maryland guy. Not getting back, identifying. Know your guy, know their pace. Nice step and go.
He is a tremendous spot-up shooter. And he gives Indiana a 13-point lead. Nickens on a crossover. Step back, Trimble rims out. And the box out by Bryant.
Yeah, really solid. Kept Carter number 4 on his back. Boy, that was a back breaker, that jumper, that deep one. Zeisloff. Little pin down.
15 to shoot. Hartman gives it up for Morgan.
Little cross screen, get Bryant to the box. He likes to go with that dribble.
Shot clock winding down. Zeisloff for two. Short. And Nickens there for the board.
He can make twos. You're better off seeing him do that than a nice go and a pass and a giveaway.
Carter gets tripped. He'll shoot free throws after sprawling down to the floor.
I think it was Hartman on the reach in.
And he is slow to get up. Teammates give him a boost. Second foul on Hartman. 15th foul against Indiana. Wow, Jim Nance making an appearance in Bloomington, along with Lee Corso and a baby. And apparently Dora the Explorer. When Americans go missing abroad, one team will go anywhere to rescue them. Gary Sinise stars in Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, premiering Wednesday, March 16th, only CBS.
We'll see Jim this week.
Big Ten tournament,
Yeah, Big Ten
Indianapolis.
tournament. I know he's looking forward to it. Coming off the golf tour. And, of course, the Super Bowl. You were out there as well, if I'm not mistaken. I saw you
In the Bay Area.
10 in the morning. You were out.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for watching.
You were on all day.
63-52 Indiana. Maryland trying to chip away.
Well, Lenny does a good job on that point of the zone. Now, this is a tough match. They should use a little dribble drive and probably switch automatically.
Lehman outside defending Farrell. Feed it inside for Bryant. 6 to shoot. One-on-one. Little fend off. Left-hand shovel. No. Rebound. Williams has got it. Doesn't get the roll. And it's controlled by Lehman for the Terps.
And Bryant's late coming down.
Brantley open look. Off the rim. Rebounded by Stone. Trying to take it back strong. Left hand. Stone got a piece of it. And it's going the other way.
Big time rebound by Bryant.
17 fouls against Maryland. 1-1 coming up for Indiana. Hoosiers up by 11.
They're knocking right at the door. This is a danger point, I think, for Indiana.
Lehman came out very aggressive early, and Maryland got off to the quick start, and things then settled down for Indiana. Bryant established himself. Bryant at the free throw line. He'll have a second one coming after the foul on the other end. And then Troy Williams, that burst right at the beginning of the second half, gave Indiana another push.
And how about the Zeisloff three from deep? I mean, all of a sudden, you're right knock on the door. You don't pay attention to business. You're starting to run some really good offense half court and getting good shots. Just got to convert at the rim. Here's the double high.
High man for Maryland is Melo True, 17 points on 7 of 16 from the field. 3 of 9 from three-point territory. Trimble driving kick. Brantley a three.
Oh, that's his shot. And he does get a little piece.
It goes down for Jalen Brantley. He gets the bounce. And it's back to single digits.
And right now, this little press keeps the ball out of Yogi's hands. And they settle down now.
Yogi Ferrell on senior day, 13 points, 4 assists. But it's an 11-3 run for the Terps.
Nice automatic switch to take the ball away from Yogi Ferrell.
Williams, defended there by Brantley.
The
redirect. Troy Williams, crafty play.
Well, he got away with it in traffic going between the legs. Very fortunate, as it turned out. Fortuitous for the Hoosiers.
19 for Williams. He's the leading scorer for Indiana. Trimble.
Nice job. Zeisloff does that great.
Oh, what a play! Morgan scores on the other end. Major highlight for the Hoosiers.
Zeisloff really plays passing lanes. He's just not a pretty face. Tightens out, and just a sensational effort. Doesn't throw it towards the basket. That's going to hurt them, but the other way. So even if Maryland gets it, they've got to reset. What a clever play. And how about Morgan? Tough shoulder and all, able to convert And boy, is that big. Oh. If we did that, we'd both be out of business, huh? Little chest pump.
16 points off of 11 Maryland turnovers. And part of the reason for the improvement for Indiana, Morgan, Anunoby, they have found roles for Tom Crean.
Zeislov with that three we mentioned and that play there keeps Maryland in abeyance.
13-point lead for Indiana. Suleiman got a little bump and a three. He can't buy one. Rebound knocked around. Carter's a man on the inside.
Bryant mistimed his jump. The one thing when you're playing Indiana, you want them to run their half-court stuff. Not that it isn't good, but don't give the easy ones up early. It'll pin down. They like this. They dump in the lane. Bryant didn't really duck in strong.
Yogi Ferrell. Little spin off. And a foul. Ferrell's going to the free throw line. Suleiman.
Tough to guard. Suleiman's pretty good, but moving the puppies, keeping that guy outside is extremely difficult. Clever with the bounce.
Ferrell shoots it at 81%. And Anunoby will check in along with Colin Hartman. And Bryant and Morgan will sit.
Tom's got a nice rotation going now. Bryant gets a blow. When he can run the floor, he really puts pressure on the defense, helps everybody. And Hartman plain hurt.
133rd career start for Yogi Ferrell, the most in IU history.
That's about the amount of games you do in a year.
You know my number. When Americans go missing abroad, one team will go anywhere to rescue them. Gary Sinise stars It's Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, premiering Wednesday, March 16th, only CBS. 2 out of 2 for Ferrell. And it's a 13-point cushion for Indiana. We'll hit the 5-minute mark of this second half.
Nice cross screen. And once again, deep from the box, so you're going to have to dribble to do some damage. Nice drop step.
Carter. The help defender, Williams on the rejection. Ferrell in a race. Kick out. Zeislov, no. Anunoby's a hard riser.
And that's when they make you pay. Early offense. You just can't counter. Running the floor pays dividends. Woo! Solid play. Hoosiers in the early offense.
Do you have to go?
I really do, sweetie.
How long will you be gone, Mommy?
Probably a week.
Benjamin Anunoby, the beneficiary of just getting down early. They are so forceful when they push the basketball and not necessarily outnumber you, but put you in positions you're uncomfortable.
A win today for Indiana would give them 15 in the conference. That would be the most for the Hoosiers in conference play since 92-93 when they went 17-1. Maryland is out of timeouts, and they're down by 15 with just over 4 minutes to play.
Good 10 now, a little nickel dimer. Anunoby touching underneath. Stone.
So a personal foul against OG Anunoby.
Boy, what a find he's been for this program. And Tom saying to both of us that junior year, they stayed with him. A lot of people under the radar, kind of a kid. There's a lot of time. You notice in the gym, every time we ever came in here, shooting the ball.
Now that's something that Tom Crean pointed out. He was a gym rat. They sensed that in high school. It's carried over collegiately. He was born in London, moved to Missouri at the age of 4. Suleiman gets to the rim.
Too easy. Well, to be a good player, you got to expend the energy and time, and he was at least an hour yesterday working on that stroke.
72-59, Hoosiers. Ferrell using the Anunoby screen. Ferrell, jab step, 7 to shoot. Ferrell, look at the moves, but it's blocked on the inside.
Now look at him get right back in the play, though.
Trimble to Lehman, they need it.
Big.
They've got it. Lehman a triple.
The numbers were in their favor. Ferrell on the baseline. Great look by Mello.
It's a 10-point game with 3:25 remaining.
Bryant up for that reason. He'll be coming in. Notice how far they spread you to eliminate help.
Ananobi defended by Stone. Zeisloff with 5 to shoot. Gives it up. Farrell. Shot clock winding down. Off the rim.
Thought he beat that, didn't you?
Carter the board. Got a good look at it.
Now go to the rim now.
Under 3 minutes to play. Indiana up by 10 on Maryland.
Nice space by Lehman.
Carter. Double team comes from Hartman. 10 to shoot. A lot of time used on this possession. Trimble. Baseline run. 3 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Trimble the curl. And a shot clock violation.
Great defensive set by the Hoosiers.
Indiana leads by 10. Senior day in Bloomington. Yogi Ferrell, born and bred in the state of Indiana. What a career he has had for the Hoosiers. One cup impact performance.
And who else but the Youngmeister? 4 assists, rebounds, his ability to dribble, a little freeze play, electrifies the crowd. He goes at it. He doesn't circumvent. He just attacks, and if you help, he's got the ability to find, and more importantly to me, he keeps his dribble alive frequently, so he dribbles out of the lane and then sort of attacks you again or finds somebody.
Is that an official nickname, the Youngmeister? I hadn't heard that one before, Billy.
Just slipped it in there. You would pick it up. It might, might sell.
It could catch on for the NCAA tournament. Farrell gets it across to Hartman. We have 2:20 to play. Indiana up by 10. Tip ball. Nickens gets a piece. It's out of bounds. 15 to shoot.
Tough to press that with him, with Yogi Bird.
So lightning quick, and he just changes the tempo of the game. 10 to shoot. Indiana using clock, yet to get into a set here. 5 to shoot. Farrell. Shot clock down to 2, down to 1. Hartman, a floater. Doesn't go, and knocked out of bounds by Bryant. Maryland will take over with 1:58 on the clock in a 10-point game.
You didn't like the result if you're an Indiana guy, but at least they used the clock.
Carter will check back in. He replaces DeMonte Dodd, who was in there for defensive purposes, and now Hartman will sit for Indiana.
Oh, fell asleep. Look at this kid.
The hustle by Yogi Ferrell, and a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Maryland, but these fans appreciate the effort of Yogi.
I would applaud that play, though. Wouldn't you? Anybody who's played a game sees a guy all-out hustle. Woo! And just falling asleep, and Maryland off their game a little, thinking that, well, it won't start the clock. He's just not going to let it happen. Look at Bryant calling timeout. Everybody's thinking out here. Bob Crane exhorting the crowd as well. The appreciation for what these kids have done this year has just been magnificent.
Nickens a 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Williams of Indiana. And a foul called with 1:43 left to play. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and Canada's young Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, followed by new episodes of Madam Secretary, The Good Wife, and CSI Cyber. Williams can pad the numbers. He's got 19 points and 4 rebounds.
He's had some good games. Crowd enjoyed Yogi's play. 21 against Illinois, 19 Purdue. This kid can fill it up. Short. They got a lane violation?
They do. It's Carter who stepped in. Morgan checks in, replaces Thomas Bryant. So what should have been Maryland's ball with 1:42 to play, down 10. Williams gets another opportunity in the front end of a 1-and-1.
Man, these are the things in the next couple of days that Mark will address and get straightened out as they get into the Big Ten tournament. This is a terrific basketball team. A buzzsaw today in terms of attitude and preparation for Indiana.
Offensive rebound, And a foul given by Lehman.
Down on the bottom.
Jawan Morgan is fouled from behind.
The hustle plays. And most of them have gone to Indiana.
So Williams upset at himself that he missed the free throws. Indiana retains it, and Morgan, a 76% shooter, is at the stripe.
The pieces fit for Indiana. It's not like there's a buzzsaw of overall talent, but as a team, they're magnificent contributors.
They won the Big Ten title in 2013. They lost their top 4 scorers from that team that included Oladipo and Zeller. And Tom Crean has been able to get this team back to that high level.
It's the speed of the game that's devastating. And you've got to match it. Their push, their willingness to spread and attack, really stretches your D. Tough pass. Farrell nice turnover. He knows. We'll give away. Tremble a little bit frustrated. How smart is he? Didn't go all the way. If he actually picked it up. Just soaring. Tom and his staff, Tim Buckley, worked hard. Chuck Martin, Rob Judson. And the other end, Dustin Clark, of course, Dino Ranson, and Cliff Warren. I spoke to his college coach, Jim Fallon, Hall of Famer at Mount St. Mary's, and watches all the games. And an old friend of mine, LaSalle guy. He studied, by the way.
Brantley in for Maryland. Trimble will sit. And Melo Trimble wraps up his day with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
Indiana just puts so much pressure on you. Constant. Every trip. You've got to match it.
17 for Yogi Ferrell.
Nice hands.
Lehman gives it away. Williams is fouled, and now it's all window dressing for Indiana. Lehman is fouled out. The Big Ten tournament coming up in Indianapolis. Indiana will be the #1 seed. Michigan State the 2. Maryland entering action could have been the 3 or the 4. Either way, they got the double bye, which was a big key for Mark Turgeon.
That's what his concern was. And they've got a few days to get back together and get reorganized. This was a terrific performance. He was ready. And watch him practice. Tom didn't want any letdown. Look at the attack. And then Lehman's sort of playing a game with them. Not sitting down. You get that reaction at home, don't you?
Yeah.
The left, right.
Billy Maryland will be a part of it. Indiana will be a part of it. We'll have it for you. The Big Ten tournament, semifinals and finals on CBS from Indianapolis next weekend.
From beginning to end.
That's going to be a battle, too.
It's going to be a great tournament. Seven guaranteed, maybe 8 teams.
Depending on Michigan.
Yeah.
Final 45 seconds. Williams makes his move. Hangs and hits. 80-62. Williams has 23 to lead the Hoosiers.
When he finishes at the rim, does that complement their sets? And Tom will probably call that timeout, continue play to get seniors in.
Nickens had it blocked. Anunoby, 20 seconds left.
We're going to call a timeout and keep playing. Just to keep playing, yeah. Just to get the seniors in.
Senior day. Yogi Ferrell. Indelible impact that he's had on this program.
Just a keeper. Early in the year, struggled a little bit. Notre Dame game seems to, at least Tom, have turned the season around for them. Buckley with a hug. Why not? He is huggable. I've seen him play a lot of good games. This kid just tees it up.
Jackson Tharp is in. Ryan Burton is in. 5 seconds. Tharp didn't take the jumper.
Classy though. Don't want to rub it in.
And he wants to get one more player in. Tim Friller.
Something to talk about the rest of your life.
Riding the wave. Big Ten champions. They will enter the conference tournament as the #1 seed. A convincing 80-62 win over Maryland. The number 12 Hoosiers defeat the number 14 Terrapins. For Bill Raftery, Tracy Wolfson, the rest of our crew, this is Ian Eagle saying so long from Bloomington. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes, followed by new episodes of Madam Secretary, The Good Wife, and CSI Cyber. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports. Enjoy the madness. On the Terrapins version of senior night, and that was an emotional time for Jake Lehman. 4-year player for the Terps, stuck with the program when others were transferring. Mark Turgeon said Lehman is what this program is all about.
And what's nice about him, when he asserts himself, this is a terrific basketball team. Compliments with the dribble, or can knock the deep one down.
We're underway in Bloomington. Maryland controls the tip.
Ian Eagle right now. The Roosters go.
And the final regular season of the season.
And how about that step back? Ooh, leave no stone unturned.
Diamond Stone gets the scoring started. Maryland with a 2-0 lead.
Now they're going to go inside very early. You may see a switch in the lineup if Indiana's able to dribble drive, use screens, and put a lot of pressure on the bigs by lifting them.
Maryland went small in that win over Illinois. They shot 56%. Williams, the jumper. Off the rim, it's tracked down by Suleiman.
A nice job screening out. Terrific with the dribble. Nice little bite with the pump fake.
Kick it out for Suleiman. Maryland at 24-6, second year in the Big Ten. And the preseason favorites to win the conference.
Now they do a nice job with the dribble handoff, then load up on the box, playing straight up with a little small change on Big Thomas Bryant.
Bryant, freshman, going against another talented freshman in Diamond Stone.
A lot of touches, particularly early from Maryland, just to feel out how they're going to play, whether it's a double, if they're going to rake from the outside, but they did clear that forward spot. Alley-oop.
Lob it up. Stone can't finish on the inside, and a rebound ripped down by Williams. In transition, Williams through traffic, floats it up, no. Tip in Bryant, no. And the rebound snagged by Carter for the Terps.
He is a stud on that glass. Can step out on his pick and pop as well.
Trimble loses the ball, hits the deck. Farrell couldn't snatch it, so kick it out for Trimble. Little contact, struck to the ball. Trimble goes down.
Oh, hold on, down beneath, a little scrape on that drive. I think it might be Trimble down there. Terrific reaction with the hands by Yogi. Look at this save here, Burton. Maybe a little hand comes up in the air, yeah, at the end of that. Hopefully he'll be okay. Looks like he is early. I don't know if he wears contacts or not. Doesn't seem to have that kind of a problem.
The ball ended up in the hands of Diamond Stone, who got the easy bucket. Trimble appears to be okay.
Oh, as advertised, Mark said they're going to go inside, see what the big guys can do, use their power game. A little overmatched inside. Indiana, not as big.
So Trimble will head to the Maryland bench early. A minute 28 into this first half, he'll be replaced by Jared Nickens, who has shot it well of late. Nickens shooting just 28% from three-point territory in conference play, but 9 of his last 16 threes he's knocked down.
Well, you can't leave him alone. Catch and shoot kind of a guy.
Indiana looking to get on the board here. Farrell swings it to the corner. Williams takes the baseline and lays it in.
Well, great decision from the point. Big show and the ability to find. What a terrific look and drive by Williams.
Indiana will be the #1 seed in the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis. Lehman knocks it down from long range. Jake Lehman has gone on a hot shooting streak. He's made 20 of his last 26 attempts at a travel on Farrell.
Well, they use that baseline bump screen and the ability to make jump shots. Let's hopefully it wasn't contact.
Billy, you got to work on your research.
I really haven't done a good job. Got to focus.
It's almost tournament time. You got to know contact or no contact.
You got to know your mellow. Great talent.
7-2 lead for Maryland.
Boy, Hartman was really up on the shooter. Lehman still elevated that jumper early on.
Suleiman loses it. Turnover, Terps. And Mello is coming back in.
Now, you're not going to keep him down too long. Roughly 32 minutes a game. A real game. Great strength, too. That's what impresses me most about him when he turns the corner. It's in that attack mode.
Maryland went 16-1 at home. Only loss came to Wisconsin, but winning on the road against ranked opponents. It's been a while, since 2008 when they knocked off North Carolina. The Tar Heels were #1 then. The scoop creative, but Williams can't finish. And the rebound cleared by Carter. Indiana opens up 1 of 5 from the field.
Great close by Maryland. Should have got a better shot at the rim. Nice hesitation.
Suleiman, keep it on the perimeter for Trimble. Just about 3 minutes gone by in this first half from Bloomington.
There's that horn set, little screen down, a dribble exchange. And this is what they do very well, a little screen down on the initial screener, Trimble.
Lehman keeps it alive off the Trimble miss. Carter, Euro step. Lehman a 3, bottom.
Woo. Big closeout, just can't get there early enough.
Williams in attack mode.
Mark Turgeon really upset transition D. He is furious, something they talked about all morning.
Turgeon said going smaller has actually helped them a lot in transition defense. Diamond Stone is still in there. Suleiman nearly lost it. Fans wanted to travel. Stone against Bryant. Highly touted freshman. And he draws the foul.
I think it might be Williams from the top side. Pretty good job by Bryant, standing him up. What a load down on the box. I mean, this is interesting. Illinois doubled early, made a few mistakes. Just so strong and tough. Williams from the rear.
Diamond Stone's a 78% free throw shooter. Logged only 12 minutes in that victory over Illinois. Maryland went small for the majority of that game, and it was really effective. Want to know where Maryland and Indiana will be in the field of 68? Get the CBS Sports app to view the latest bracketology. Download it now to view the most recent projection. Stone missing on the first. And misses on both. Again, it is Lehman keeping it alive.
Terrific start for Lehman. Nice little give here.
Trimble to the hole. And Mello Trimble has just joined the 1,000-point club in Maryland basketball history with that deuce.
Oh, nice job, empty side. Had options, too. Could have given it up.
Terps are 5 of 7 from the field. They're off to a 12-4 lead against Indiana.
Trimble really staying at home on Zeislov. You know he can knock that deep shot. Here he comes.
Zeislov gives it up. Farrell yet to get going. Splits defenders. Farrell, acrobatic.
How about that? Splits and balance and delivers.
Maryland up by 6. Suleiman directing traffic. One of the seniors on this squad, Suleiman, the transfer from Duke, gives it up. Carter, the transfer from Georgia Tech, is off the mark.
Lehman was right there again. You got to stick him. He has been active. He
Williams
can make this.
Swings it. Bryant thought about it. Step back jumper. That's a 3.
How about the big guy? His ability to convert. That puts pressure on the bigs to get out and cover.
Thomas Bryant now 5 of 11 from three-point territory. Inside, outside skills. The Rochester native. Stone doesn't have the answer. And Farrell is there for the rebound.
Nice check out by Hartman. Run out and nobody back.
Bryant in a tough position. Kick out for Hartman. Book it. A 3. We are tied at 12 thanks to an 8-0 run from the Hoosiers.
And Bryant running the floor, set that up entirely. You got to match them. Balance in transition.
Carter watched by Hartman.
Automatic switch. They got a mismatch inside.
That means Farrell is with Carter. Trimble looking for him.
Hartman's got to really pressure the ball so he can't see.
The crossover. Tough angle. Lehman takes it away from Hartman. The bounce. Suleiman gets the bucket. Maryland back in front. Just over 6 minutes left in this first half.
Are they a different team when Lehman plays like this?
No doubt.
Unbelievable.
Herky-jerky moves from Farrell. He turns it over. Suleiman the steal.
More jerky than herky.
Well, that's your choice. Trimble on a cross. Isolation for Stone.
Tough.
Connects.
This guy's a big-time player. Can power you, step out a little bit, good feel.
Diamond Stone has 6 of Maryland's 16 points, and it's a 4-point lead for the Terps.
Great activity early.
Farrell, keep the ball moving. Williams fires. Rims out. Rebounded by Stone.
A pretty good balance by Indiana. Watch for the early drag screen.
Carter gets a touch on the inside and an easy bucket for Robert Carter. Very polished offensive skills.
Well, Williams really opened it up with the sellout defensively.
Terps go in front 18-12 over Indiana.
They show and go under. Pretty effective early.
Zeisloff loses the ball, but he draws the foul.
He's shooting too, I think.
He wants the shots. The officials will huddle up. And we'll find out when we come back. 12:41 to play, first half in Bloomington.
Hey, TJ, staring contest. Me.
On it has very little to do with this year's version of the Terps, but until you put an end to it, we'll keep popping it up on the screen.
Did you make that up?
No.
That's amazing.
This is
Gary Williams
something that's
era.
lived for a while.
Well, in perpetuity, you might say.
They can end it here because
they could.
Indiana comes in ranked number 12 in the country. The Hoosiers get 3 free throws. The officials did take a look at it during the break, and Zeisloff is at the line. He's an 88% shooter.
And that's what Mark Turgeon was upset about. He can't believe they even gave him a shot, much less the opportunity to nail 3. But you're a victim of your scouting, too. You say, get him on the catch. Such a terrific open shooter. You're overzealous, you pay.
Max Bielfeldt is in for Thomas Bryant. That's a senior replacing a freshman. Zeisloff hits on all 3 for Indiana. And now Jawan Morgan, who's been dealing with that left shoulder injury that Tracy mentioned at the top of the show, is in there for Tom Crean's squad.
Bielfeldt's leg is bigger than your body.
We didn't do an official measurement, but I'm going to trust you on that.
I think you go with me on that one. He is a big kid, really can block low. He can step out, make threes, plays it with confidence. This kid's had a great beginning, Lehman.
On the spin, Lehman got caught underneath, tried to dish it, and turns it over.
A little too deep.
OG Anunoby, another talented freshman, was in there. Jumper doesn't go for Hartman, and a foul called off the rebound action. Nickens.
The kid is very active on the glass. You got to really screen him off. Morgan, you mentioned that shoulder problem. Really tender. And Mark not real happy because they have sealed off well, checking people out.
Indiana, one of the best shooting teams in the country.
Number
Number 3 in field goal percentage. Number 5 in three-point shooting. Anunoby,
Too many.
a travel.
They should have dumped it into Bielfeldt, let him make the decision. A little too much early. What a gamer this kid's going to become. Initially, Tom thought, what a good defensive player, but now he's really broadened his game. Number 3.
He was under-recruited. Tom Crean said they were looking at somebody else, and Anunoby really stood out. They didn't even know his name. They found out his last name. They couldn't find out his first name. And finally, someone told him it's OG.
Made everybody happy.
Sure.
Including the announcers.
Exactly.
He's made them happy here. You're right, they stayed with him even though he was under-recruited. He blossomed, and they got a good one.
4 turnovers for Indiana. Maryland has turned it over twice. 7 to shoot.
Great with the bounce. Suleiman, nice show.
Bielfeldt comes out. Suleiman, long 3. Retrieved by Farrell. It didn't hit rim. Pull-up pump. Talent It's a triple.
That's what he is the best at. You're backpedaling. He goes full motor. Gets those puppies organized and drills it.
Indiana living up to the scouting report. 3 of 5 from three-point territory. We're tied at 18. Carter, the drop step. The spin into trouble, and a foul called. Anunoby was using the body on Carter.
Reached in, but just terrific opportunity basket. And you defensively give ground because you know, boy, the balance, the accuracy, the confidence to drill it. Senior, what a year. A lot left.
Carter a transfer, Suleiman a transfer. High expectations based on the fact that Maryland is competing with the Blue Bloods around college basketball for the best players in the country.
And I think when you get kids like this, the hope is that they stay and learn, and occasionally someone's going to slip through because he's that good, and for whatever reasons makes that decision. But this guy's been coach of the year in 3 different conferences. That's pretty amazing as he switches to a little 2-3. Much to his chagrin. Remember he mentioned it in our meeting? Maybe a little 2-3 like he abhors it. Slow the change, maybe control the ability to dribble drive by Yogi particularly.
Under 11 minutes to play in this first half. Anunoby feeding down low. Morgan back outside.
Pretty.
Farrell, ball movement. Shot clock winding down. Trimble takes it away from Williams. Trimble, the pull-up jumper. Pure.
Boy, that's good to see, and I know Maryland followers on. He makes that shot. What a threat he becomes.
22-18, Maryland.
I think he did wrong was he got into that two-point category.
Terps are shooting it at 60%. Indiana 50%. Anunoby too strong. Flying in. Morgan, the rebound and the bucket.
I guess the shoulder's fine. What pursuit and elevation.
He brings enthusiasm and an aggressive style. Freshman from Waynesville, Missouri.
And Bird against the zone too. You've got areas people don't stick people. Check out responsibilities vary. Guards have to help as well.
Sophomore Jalen Brantley is in. He was not in the rotation for a long stretch, and now he's part of it, playing alongside Trimble. Carter, nice look, trying to give it up, and a shot clock violation. Maryland turns it over.
The ability to value a good pass, you got to look. Unfortunately, the quick hands of Trimble, and right here just gets a little too deep, but a little nylon and soaring high, big time. What elevation. And he and Anunoby have provided some lift for this team and coaching staff. Excellent. Since December, what a turnaround by them and these kids.
Maryland makes some changes. Brantley sits. Dodd was in for a short period of time. Diamond Stone returns. Indiana down by 2. They have not led in this first half.
Bielfeldt, a little pick and pop.
Bielfeldt a 3.
How about that?
Indiana in front. Max Bielfeldt, the graduate transfer from Michigan. He gets senior day for the second straight year.
Boy, you'd have had to rub it in. Zeisloff was really unselfish, though. Gave that extra pass. Dribble yourself in a little bit.
23-22, Hoosiers. Trimble, back of the iron. Rebounded by Williams. Indiana looking to run.
Pretty good job by Maryland getting back.
Good floor balance from the Terps. Under 9 minutes to go now, first half.
Talking about guys on the floor, like Yogi's got some motor too. Goes 34 minutes nonstop for the Hoosiers.
Indiana 4 of 7 from downtown. Zeisloff the ball fake. Farrell. Zeisloff the 3. He's got it. Woo! Nick Zeisloff on the setup by Yogi.
I told both of us his dad was here at 81. He's a Hoosier at heart, but what a look by the Youngmeister.
Transfer from Illinois State. Grew up a Hoosier fan. And will be honored for senior day after this game here in Bloomington.
Look at Yogi fighting on the box. Carter's got to take him in and beg for it.
Taking way too much time now. Shot clock down to 3. Trimble drives in and can't finish. Bielfeldt clears it.
Watch the 3 on the slapback.
Farrell.
Keeps that dribble alive, and that's what makes him dangerous.
Bielfeldt. Oh, he thought that Morgan would turn around. Morgan thought Bielfeldt was going to shoot it.
Oh, they threw that ball away. Nobody on Maryland was alert. But you really have that vision on the ball if you're Morgan, too. I know you're anticipating that deep thrust.
26-22, Indiana. Stone in the post, knocked away.
Should be a foul.
Morgan came away with it, and then Stone landed on top of it.
When you got a guy who can make threes and he's confident with the bounce, keeps that dribble alive, really has a great understanding, a little pick and pop in a sense, but how about that delivery? And Yogi knows that it's in as he gets back to balance the floor. Woo! Happy to be a Hoosier. What a drill from deep.
So, where are you guys?
Using the built-in Wi-Fi in Tina's new Buick.
Wow.
White collars.
I'm not red, but I did smoke a cigar at one time. But the ability to go inside, this is the way they started the game. Establishing Diamond Stone, turn and attack. He could drill that little 10, 12-foot jumper. They sort of got away from it. Settling deep, maybe dribble drives too deep. But this kid, you know, he can play with his back to the basket. He was a solid performer, stepping out. Really a disadvantage for most big guys to defend.
And the way things are set up in college basketball right now, these two teams believe they have a legitimate chance to win a national championship.
Would you disagree?
I would not.
Just so many teams in the country that have an opportunity. Just keep getting better, keep working at it. He's great at drawing fouls. Just a terrific understanding. Oh.
The shot clock was down to 1, and Melo Trimble gets hacked on the perimeter.
Just knows how to do it, Bird. That's the amazing thing about it.
Yogi Ferrell picks up the foul. Maryland has it on the side with Nickens. They trail the Hoosiers 26-22.
Mentioned his ability against Purdue. He had 11 free throw attempts, 10 against Wisconsin, 9 against Purdue on the second game. Just amazing. Trimble, a phase of the screen down, then they get him.
Suleiman has not been shooting it well of late.
Good version of America's play.
The back end. Ferrell comes on a double against Stone. Trimble the fade. Doesn't go. Lehman guides the ball towards the Indiana bench, and it's out of bounds.
Well, he has been active, though. Nice weak side positioning. Just couldn't garner it. Pretty good D that time by the Hoosiers.
Colin Hartman returns for Indiana.
And they're trying to time him. If he looks a little tired or weak, they're going to get him out. Up late Friday night.
Didn't participate in practice yesterday.
Of course, I was up late Friday night. I feel fine.
Yeah,
nice little dribble drive once again by Yoke.
you were listed as probable.
Improbable, more so.
Coming up tomorrow on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Don't miss basketball legend Charles Barkley. Plus, Will Arnett. And Tuesday, catch J.J. Abrams. Only CBS.
Sir Charles. This time of year.
Yogi Ferrell on senior day, getting others involved.
This little double high. They run one to the box and then widen out. They really stretch your D. Line lifted a big thing. He can dribble it.
Long strides. Bryant is back in. Bank shot. No. Tip in goes. Colin Hartman rising up.
And Bird, that's the difficulty with Indiana. They run distances to offensive rebound. It's tough to locate and stick them.
Indiana extends 28-22. It's a 10-0 run for the Hoosiers. Suleiman puts it on the floor. Stone facing. Weak side rebound to Hartman. Ferrell looks for it. Rims out on a three ball. And Suleiman the box out.
Pretty good balance right here.
High dribble from Suleiman. Ball is tipped. Trimble nails it. It's a triple for Trimble.
Boy, I love to see him lighten it up, playing with that confidence down. This is a big-time performer. A little bit in the doldrums, not making shots, but continue to drive and run this club.
And that's what Mark Turgeon mentioned before the game. The biggest difference he's seen of late, Melo has gotten to the free throw line. He's been able to get to the rim.